like 4 months ago where we are today. So I think there are, the people of Europe, they love Europe. They will make a change. It could take some time because, Europe is Europe. It's not a joke. And we want Europe to progress. We want Europe to do well. We want America to do well. We want Russia to do well. We want China to do well. We want Africa to do well because the world is very small and we need to all prosper. I don't want only my children to do well. I want your children to do well, because this world is very small. And if I come to the Middle East, I might not answer you directly, but I'll answer you this way. I think I really worry about you in Europe. I don't know what democracy you guys have, but NGOs have more rights than the parliaments. Isn't this interesting? And I always ask, I say, first of all, these NGOs, who elected them? Do you guys know who elected them? Do you know who funded them? I wonder about that. Maybe I'm a stupid man from the Arab world, but I say, parliament, voting, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so NGO, who vote for the NGO? Who brought them? Who gives them money? But anyway, so we had a discussion. So they said, Mohammed, you have no democracy. They have no right. I said, I fully agree. I fully agree. But if I talk about my country, #1 airline in the world, #1 healthcare in the world, #1 education in the world, #1 tourism destination in the world, security, safety, transparency. But I agree with you. America has 2 political parties. We have a problem. We have 1 political party. That's the only difference. In America, they are very busy with election, and Europe, and we are very busy with construction. Simple. Why?
And in Italy, we have 56 political parties.
And why I say that? Because at the end of the day, you will never, ever have a great Riyadh Airlines, #1. You will never run FII with transparency. You will never take care of your people. You will never have good security, good education, good healthcare, unless you have true, proper, great system in the country. Without it, with corruption, with games, you will never achieve these things. So I think, but I want to make one more comment also, but I think the change that's happening in the world, I think Donald Trump is giving the people a wake-up call that everybody have to wake up. The world is changing all the time. And I think it's good for us in the Middle East. It's good for everybody in the world as well. I'm sorry if I answered indirectly.
It's a very rich answer, so thank you. For 2 priorities.
Europe?
Yeah.
Well, the guy who runs Google is Indian. The guy who runs Microsoft is Indian. The guy who runs X is from South Africa. And 60% of all Americans, PhD holders, are non-Americans. So I think Europe should be very smart how to integrate brilliant people from all over the world to Europe. So, get some brilliant people to mix with the brilliant people of Europe and learn from the US experience. I think it's...
So it comes back to Matteo's point about talent. You have to build your local talent, but also bring in international talent.
The system and the talent that they get. And I think, through that, plus you have to have a good political system that process. And I really think that US one country and Europe so many countries. And people say that people in Brussels, each country send their worst people to Brussels. I think they should fix that.
How is Europe going to tackle the energy issues, particularly if it wants to lead in AI?
It's a really,
Mohamed, and then, so Bernie and Mohamed.
Well, first of all, I think you should look at the data that how much China way ahead of everybody when it comes to building energy infrastructure. Both, by the way, traditional and sustainable solutions. So why? And the reason is that they have a stable one party that's planned 10 years ahead instead of one party going green, next party going back to traditional, while we're losing all that advantage. But I really think that we should all believe, and I hope there are indications that technology is evolving, and you might actually do a lot of stuff with this energy. That's really the talk on the street. But I think a lot of great organizations, including the chairman of Aramco mentioned that there's a lot of investment into power infrastructure that's going on.
Bernie, do you want to...
It's a real challenge. The cost of energy per kilowatt hour is very, very high in Europe at the moment, right? They had a model of cheap energy from Russia. So forgetting about all the tariff debates we're having, Europe already had a massive strategic issue coming out of the Ukraine crisis. Now,
Mohamed, you want to come in?
Yeah, Myself and His Excellency Yasser Ramayan, we started a company, we founded together called Moon, which is really the competition for Amazon in the Middle East. And, we're smoking them out, and I love it. You see, I think the world and
How are you doing that?
It's an e-commerce, but it's very advanced e-commerce system for the Middle East.
Okay.
One of the most dangerous products we have, it's called Minutes, where we deliver everything in, Your Excellency, 11 minutes or 10 minutes. Thank you so much for your support. So, I really believe that most of the world, and mainly Europe, are occupied. Say country occupy a country. I think Europe and the rest of the world is occupied by Google, Meta, Microsoft. They control you. They control us. Seriously. Like, you can't do business in Europe if you don't live and breathe Microsoft, Google, okay, X as well with it, and Meta and all the other technologies.
But isn't that going to get even more extreme with AI?
My answer to that is that I believe Europe, I hope, young people will come and do something. But immediate solution, do not ignore China. Let them bring in technology as well. Let all these two countries, two technologies, three countries compete. Don't be a slave to one party. And all this nonsense of data and security, come on. Who has the data of Google? Come on, hey, we know, right? So it's okay, the Chinese can have some, American can have some, and let's share it in the middle. But you have nothing in Europe. So it worries me. The Middle East worries me. We're under control of two, and that's why I disagree with Donald Trump when he said, we need to export more. No, you're already exporting. What's the total sale of Microsoft annually? 2.2 trillion? Or market value? I mean, massive export of Google and Microsoft. Who will make old-fashioned factories? By the way, just to let you know that I just bought a building, 15-story, from China. It's being packed. It will be delivered in Abu Dhabi, and it will be installed in 6 months. So even buildings are now robotically built. It's by the way, built by robots. So there's no more old-fashioned factories and people going to factories. I think it's just nonsense, So I worry that the question you put is very serious. Said, you and I are really controlled. And I give you one example. While I'm preparing for you, I thought I'll go back and pull some of my old speeches, because there's one item I love to speak about, which is the rich people are getting richer and the poor people are getting poorer everywhere in the world. And it worries me. Really, it worries me. I couldn't find my speeches on Google. I don't think they want anyone to talk about poor people are getting poorer. It could create a revolution. I couldn't find it. Google, YouTube, select, it's not there. Somebody controlling somebody.